Hela attempts to escape her prison of hell after nearly 1600 years. Odin, her father and the man who imprisoned her, sends an army of Valkyries on flying horses to keep her at bay. Hela is too formidable for them, and she massacres the entire army, except for Brunhild, who is saved by one of her teammates. The god Odin intervenes by entering Hell. Hela is defeated and imprisoned by the Allfather Odin. Forsaking Asgard, Brunhild flees to Sakar, where she intends to live out the rest of her days drinking and salvaging, trying to leave behind her old Valkyrie lifestyle. The frost giants of Jotunheim try to conquer Midgard, starting their invasion in Tonsberg, Norway. As the Asgardians learn of the attack, they assemble their army and prepare for battle. Laufey, king of the frost giants, has a son. He is left to die in Jotunheim. Odin leads the Asgardian army in an epic battle against the frost giants to protect Midgard. Asgard forces the frost giants to return to Jotunheim, where Odin discovers an abandoned frost giant infant. In addition to raising Thor, he adopts and names the child Loki. Later, he negotiates a truce with Laufey, the king of Jotunheim. Odin tells his sons Loki and Thor about his victory in Jotunheim, and that they were both destined to become kings. The 10 rings are founded by Zu Wenwu. Thanos is born on Titan. The Patch asks Izil to leave the Fear Dimension in order to retrieve the stolen Dialis and find him a host. Izil and her Shrike come to Earth so that they can bring other beings like themselves to the world. The Inca built the Temple of the Forgotten in Yucatan at the convergence of 2 ley lines using the same type of stone as the Dialis. To honor the goddess Izil and fulfill her mission to unite the Dialis and open a portal one day in the temple was built in her honor. The Berserker army of Asgard defected to Earth. Upon deciding that his weapon, the Berserker Staff, which dramatically increases the wielder's strength, is too powerful for anyone to possess, he breaks it up into 3 pieces and hides them in different parts of Europe. A monastery in Ireland provides shelter and food for the Berserker warrior, who is venerated as a saint there. The priests, who have a vow of silence, know his true identity, and a piece of the Berserker Staff is hidden in the monastery. In the future site of Trillemarker National Park, Norway, the Berserker warrior hides the second piece of his staff in a tree. The Berserker warrior hides the final piece of his staff in the catacombs under a church in Seville, Spain. Odin hides the Tesseract in Tonsberg, Norway. Lorelei terrorizes the 9 realms, enslaving hundreds of men with her power of enthrallment. Sif eventually defeats her and imprisons her in Asgard's dungeons. The Berserker warrior tells a French girl his story after spending hundreds of years on Earth. Her priest brother adapts that story into the legend of the warrior who stayed. Agatha Harkness is tied down in Salem, Massachusetts. Agatha Harkness asks Agatha if she is a witch, and Agatha confirms that she is. Agatha claims she betrayed her coven and used dark magic. Agatha denies knowing anything about the crimes. Agatha tells her to stop the deception, so Agatha insists that she did not break Agatha's rules, but rather the rules bent to her power. The witches begin chanting, and Agatha insists that she cannot control her magic, begging them to teach her, calling for her mother. The witches attempt to drain her life force, but Agatha utilizes her dark magic to reverse the direction of the spell and drain the life force of all the witches. Agatha attempts to drain her own life force, but Agatha breaks free of her bonds and kills all witches except Agatha. Agatha pleads with her mother, insisting that she can be good, but her mother says that she cannot. Agatha again attempts to drain her life force, but Agatha instead drains Agatha's, killing her. Agatha Harkness approaches her mother's corpse and takes her brooch. She uses her magic to fly away. If you enjoyed this series, please hit that like button and comment and leave your thoughts. Tell me if I did leave anything out. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys soon.